Are you planning a trip to Yosemite, Sequoia, Kings Canyon, or any other U.S. national park in 2026? New park entrance fees are coming for some people. Here's exactly what's changing and how to still have an amazing trip. Hi friends! Every Monday I typically bring you a new adventure video, so you're not used to seeing me here in my office, but there's actually a nationwide update to U.S. national park passes and entrance fees coming out January 1st, 2026. So today I'm breaking down those changes because I know so many of my followers here are planning Yosemite, Sequoia, Yellowstone, and other national park trips in the coming year. So today, let me share what's staying the same and how you can plan whether you're a U.S. visitor or traveling from abroad. Let's start with the big picture. Passes are going digital on Recreation.gov in 2026, so you can buy and use them on your phone. But physical cards still exist if you prefer purchasing them at your local national park as a way to support your park. Second, pricing will be split by residency in 2026. U.S. residents keep the current $80 annual America the Beautiful Pass, while non-residents will now have a $250 annual option. And according to the DOI website, non-residents without an annual pass will pay a $100 per person fee to enter 11 of the most visited U.S. national parks, including Yosemite and Sequoia and Kings Canyon, in addition to the standard entrance fee. Under the new system, all America the Beautiful passes, including annual, military, senior, 4th grade, and access, will be available in a fully digital format through Recreation.gov, and all America the Beautiful passes will now cover 2 motorcycles per pass instead of 1. For Yosemite, timed entry and event-specific reservations like peak summer hours or February's Horsetail Fall Firefall haven't been announced yet, but these have had a separate entrance fee system in the past. So in 2026, there's certainly a good possibility you may see both a reservation requirement during these times plus the standard entrance pass rules. Now, this can vary by year and season, so always check the official national park websites before you go. Fee-free days will be returning in 2026 with even more fee-free days than 2025. But these fee-free days will only apply to U.S. citizens and residents. Non-residents will still have to pay on those days. And a reminder that fee-free days are typically very crowded, especially in Yosemite and Sequoia, so plan accordingly. A pro tip for international visitors: guided tour companies sometimes bundle entry costs, so it may be worth comparing pricing when planning your visit. And when I called Yosemite Yards this week to ask if any of the pricing changes would be coming to international visitors using the transit system in 2026, they didn't have any information to share, so clarity and specifics could still be developing in some of these areas. I hope this video gives you a little more insight into what to expect on your national park trips coming in 2026. And for more detailed information, you can see my full blog post at flyingdawnmarie.com. And I'll be back with a fun new adventure next Monday. So until then, I hope you find adventure and encouragement wherever you go.